Monster collection games have been a staple of the video game world for decades, with games like Pokemon, Ni no Kuni, and Yokai Watch paving the way for the next breakout title. My name is Kodiak, and on the horizon today is Temtem. Temtem, like many indie games, started off as a Kickstarter. The team was hoping to raise $70,000 to help offset the cost of development, but the internet quickly got wind of the ambitious game and the money started rolling in. To this date, Temtem's Kickstarter campaign has raised over $500,000, and the stage is set for a massive 2020 rollout. After years of development, the team is finally ready to pull the trigger on release and plans to begin early access on January 21st, 2020. While there is no official price, players were able to purchase early access on the Temtem Discord for around $35, so we wouldn't be surprised if the official release costs about the same. One of the exciting things about the game is that it's already established a presence on all major social media platforms and has a Discord of over 70,000 members. In addition, the team has proven time and time again that they're listening to the community, keeping a clear line of communication open at all times, even going so far as to name Temtems based on community suggestions. The level of interaction is a perfect example of how developers should interact with their community, especially in a crowdsourced title. Now, all of this is well and good, but why should you play Temtem? What could possibly possess you to break away from those tried and true Monster Collection games and try something new? Well, for starters, if you like Pokemon, there's a good chance you'll enjoy elements within Temtem. The game doesn't try and hide the fact that there are features that are directly inspired by the series. Some features will feel familiar, like the introduction of a rival faction with malicious intent. Clan Belsodo acts as an opposition to the players as they travel across the airborne archipelagos as they collect and raise their Temtem. It's hard to go wrong when you base your game off of one of the most successful series in video game history, but there is always room for change, and this is where Temtem starts to step out from behind Pokemon's shadow. Temtem is challenging the concept that a monster capture game can't work in an online setting. In fact, their whole model is based on a living world. While we can argue over whether or not Temtem is an MMO or not, the truth is it's all online all the time. You see other players running about capturing and training their Temtem, and you'll be able to interact with them too using an in-depth emote system. Players will also be able to interact with one another, requesting battles and trading all while out in the field. But the biggest game changer is that you'll be able to team up with other players in a co-op PvE environment, catching Temtems, completing routes, and facing off against Temtem leaders, all alongside a friend. To be a success, Temtem has to reach or raise the bar of features players are already familiar with, and that includes one of the biggest systems in monster capture games: battles. While not completely reinventing the way battles are done, Temtem is taking randomness out of the equation. No longer will there be a chance to paralyze or chance to stun. It's all or nothing, and you'll always know what's coming down the pike. The game will focus primarily on 2v2 combat, which is a change for better or worse. Temtem is putting a lot of stock on teamwork and team building, so that format makes sense. Temtem battles are one part action, one part puzzle. The addition of a second monster on the battlefield means players will have to think harder than ever about how different Temtem types will impact the battle. Temtem is also looking to bring a real competitive edge to the table. Players will enter a match with 8 Temtem. Both players will then enter a series of pick and ban phases, which will limit them to just 5 Temtem for the ensuing battle. This genre is relatively untapped when it comes to competitive play and has always lacked the infrastructure to pull off an esports quality competition. Temtem looks to change all of that with one fell swoop, making competitive play a centerpiece of their game. To top it all off, because the team has reached incredible milestones on Kickstarter, they plan on implementing weekly in-game tournaments and a replay system where players can watch and learn from high-profile battles. Temtem isn't just about combat, and with a huge emphasis on social aspects in the game, the development team has made sure that every type of player will have something to do. Breeding will play a large part in building your team and raising Temtem to be the best versions of themselves. New movesets, better stats, all can be achieved with careful breeding, but it's not all fun and games. The game will feature a genetic degradation system that limits how many times you can breed one specific Temtem, and that effect carries on with the offspring, so you'll have to plan ahead if you want to build out that perfect team. Whether you're a casual fan of the genre or an absolute cutthroat, breeding will be crucial to every player. Those looking to break through in the competitive scene will need to learn the intricate system to master proper breeding techniques, while more casual players can experiment, discovering how combinations of Temtem can yield some remarkable surprises, such as moves otherwise unlearnable on specific Temtem. Another social aspect of Temtem is the housing system, which gives players the option to create a unique space they can call their own. Houses will be instanced, which ensures that every player has their own unique space, but every house will also be accessible, which means visiting your friends and finding inspiration in other places will be a breeze. Finally, what would an MMO be without the ability to customize your character? And here again, Temtem is stepping out of the shadows to provide players with a system to create a unique identity. Unfortunately, while player customization is unique and fulfilling, NPC design is still leaving a lot to be desired. NPCs are relatively flat and one-dimensional with no real unique qualities that help them stand out. Hopefully, this will be addressed during early access. Temtem is nearing the finish line in one sense. The Crema team launched the Kickstarter on May in 2018 and has been actively chugging along, building a community and creating the game. But a new starting line is right in front of us. Temtem's early access is set to start on January 21st, and many of you may be hearing about this game for the very first time in this video. What we can say is that so far the game has captured our attention. We're hard at work helping create resources and content that we think you will enjoy. The Legion team will also be streaming Temtem during the next two stress tests on Friday, January 17th at 2 p.m. and then again on Sunday, January 19th at 12 p.m. But if you want to be even more connected, join us on Discord. We have a dedicated section where you can talk about Temtem, post screenshots, follow the latest news, and of course, ask questions. If this is your first time hearing about Temtem, let us know what you think. Leave us a comment in the section below and share your thoughts about the game. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legion Gaming, thanks for watching and play on.